Hello and welcome back. In this part, we are going to learn about shell functions in Linux. Functions are an important feature because they allow you to group commands into reusable blocks, making your scripts shorter, organized, and easier to read. By the end of this part, you will understand what shell functions are, how to define and call functions, passing arguments to functions, and returning values from functions. Okay, so let's get started. A shell function is a named block of code that performs a specific task. Instead of writing the same commands multiple times, you can put them in a function and call it whenever needed. Okay, so let us take a look at the benefits of functions. Functions provide reusability. You can write the code once and use it many times, and they provide organization, and here scripts are easier to read. Okay, and also modularity. You can divide a script into logical parts. Okay, so there are two ways to define a function in shell. Okay, so the first method, we can do it like this. So inside our terminal, we are going to create a file using nano. So we are going to use nano, and let us name it shell. Let us call it s.sh. Okay, so sd is the name of the file, and .sh is the extension. Okay, so from there we are going to enter, and from there we are going to use this first method. So for the first method, we are going to let us include this shebang line. So we use like that, and then /bin /bash, like that. Okay, then from there we are going to create our first function, and we are going to name it greet, like that. Okay, like that, and we create it like that, and yeah, like that. Okay, so from there, inside these curly brackets, we can put a block of code, or the code that we want to run. Okay, so for example, we can say we can use echo hello Linux. Okay, so hello Linux, like that, okay. And the second method is by leaving out the function keyword, and then we add the parentheses. Okay, so for example, we can create it like another function like this. We can say greet2, and then parentheses, and then curly brackets, like that. Okay, okay, so these are two different functions. Okay, and they are created in different ways. Okay, so both methods work the same way. Okay, and we can call our functions like this. Okay, so you should know that these functions don't run until they are called. Okay, so to call them, we just call their name like that. So we can call greet like that. Okay, just call greet like that. Okay, and this one is going to run the block of code inside these curly brackets. Okay, and if I save and I exit, and then we need to add. So if we type ls, okay, ls, and then we list, okay, like that, and as you can see, our s.sh, we don't have the execute permission. Okay, so we need to add it there. So we use change chmod, and then we want to add the execute permission to our s.sh file. Okay, like that. Okay, then from there we can just call our sh like that, press enter. So as you can see here, we get syntax error near unexpected token echo on line 3. Okay, so we have an error. Okay, so I've seen an error, so let us go back. Let us go back. So right here we have an error. Let us check on line 3. Okay, so on line 3 right here we have hello echo hello Linux. So right here, okay, hello Linux. So I can see here. Let us try to add the parentheses there. We try to save, and then we exit, then we run our script. Okay, unexpected token, this one. Okay, let us go back. So we have a function called greet. Okay, function called greet. Okay, so we need to add a space. Okay, we need to add a space there. Okay, so after adding the space, we save, and then we exit, and then we can execute. Okay, like that. Okay, syntax unexpected token. this one. Okay, I see. Let us go back. Let us go back, guys. Let's go back. We separate. After separating, we separate even this one. Okay. So spaces are important in shell scripting, bash shell scripting. They are important. Okay. So here we have we echo Linux, and then we call the grid. Here we have the grid. Okay. So from there, I think there is no problem. Okay, there's no problem. We can save and then we can exit. If we execute here we are having a problem on line 8. Okay, syntax error near unexpected token. This one. Okay, let us go back on line 8. Have a problem on line 8 right here. Okay, so we have a problem there on that line. Okay, so let us first remove it. Okay, so we save and then we exit and then we go back and we execute. As you can see, we get hello Linux. Okay, so we shall try to fix that in the next part. Okay, in next part. Okay, so here we get hello Linux. Okay, as I told you. Okay, so functions need to be called in order to run. Okay, like that. Okay, so greet is a function name, and the commands inside the curly brackets are run when the function is called. Okay, so let us take a look at functions with arguments. Okay, so functions can accept arguments which are passed when you call the function. Okay, so let us go back and we use our previous function. Let us delete this one. Okay, and we use the previous way of creating a function. So we are going to name it greet like that, and then we use like that. We create it like that. Okay, then inside here, let us try to echo out. Let us echo out hello hello. Then we use the dollar sign, and then we use 1 like that. Okay, so and if we do this and then we try to save. Okay, we try to save and then we try to exit. Okay, so here we are calling. Okay, so let us call. So before saving, after you can leave it so like that. So after calling our greet function, after calling it, let us leave a space. Okay, like that. So after calling our greet function, let us provide certain arguments. And in order to provide arguments, you can provide them like this. So after calling our function, okay, after writing the function name, you can provide the first argument as Linux, like that. Okay, let us call it the second time greet, and let us call it with world, like that. Okay, so if we try to save and then we exit and then we run our shell like that, as you can see, we get hello Linux and hello world. Okay, like that. Okay, so the $1 refers to the first argument. Okay, and the $2 is the second argument, $3 is the third argument, and so on. Okay, and the $at, okay, which is this one, $at, that one contains all the arguments. Okay, and the $hash gives hashtag gives the number of arguments. Okay, you know those if you watched my previous parts. Okay, so let's go back and we test. Let's go back. So let's get the second arguments. The second. Okay, so let us provide Linux and then Linux Linux at 2 like that. Okay, and here world, let us provide world 2 like that. Okay, and if we save and then we exit, then we go back and then we call our script. As you can see, we have changed, and here we have used the second arguments in each case. Okay, as you can see here. So if we go back and then we use the art, we say that the art is going to give us all the arguments. Okay, and the hashtag is going to give us the number of arguments. Okay, so if we save and then we exit, we run our script. As you can see, we get all the arguments. We have Linux and Linux 2, we have world and world 2, like that. Okay, you can try out with the dollar sign, with the dollar sign hashtag, like that. Okay, and this one is going to give you the number of arguments. Okay, so Functions can return values in two ways. Okay, so the first one, using the echo, comma, using the echo keyword. Okay, or command. Okay, let us go back in our script. Let us go back inside Nano, and let us delete this one. Let me delete this one. Okay, and we create another function. Okay, and this our function, we're going to call it add, and this add, we are going to have sum, so we are going to get sum. So sum, this is going to be our variable. Okay, and we are going to set it to be equals to what we are going to, let me I'll explain what I've done. Okay, so $1, you should mind about the spaces I leave. Okay, then we want to add $2, like that. Then from there, the second argument, this is the first argument and this is the second argument. Okay, so we want to add them. Okay, and then after adding them, we are going to store the summation into the sum variable. Okay, so from there, we are going to echo out our variable sum. Okay, like that. Okay, then from there we are going to call we are going to store the returned value, the returned result into the result variable. Okay, like that. Okay, and then we call we get our return, let's call our function. Okay, our function, we are going to provide 5 and 3, like that. Okay, so after doing that, we are going to echo out that sum is, our summation is, then we can use dollar and then call our result, like that. Okay, so if we save and then we try to exit and run our script, we get the sum is 8. Okay, that's what we get, sum is 8. Okay, like that. Okay, so the echo outputs the result. Okay, and this one that I've used, let me show you. Go back. This one right here, in these two cases, a dollar sign, then parenthesis. Okay, dollar sign parenthesis, and even here dollar sign parenthesis captures the output into a variable. Okay, which are these variables that we have created. Oh, no, let us leave this terminal. What's happening to my cursor? Okay, and stores the result into, or the output into, these variables that you are seeing. The first one is sum and the second one is result. Okay, like that. Okay, and we can also the second method is using the return keyword. Okay, you can use the return keyword. Okay, so I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you how you can use the return keyword. Okay, so let us use the return. Keyword. Okay, so let's delete everything inside here and we create another function. Okay, let's create another function, and this function, I'm going to name it is underscore even. Okay, like that, and this one is going to take in some arguments. Okay, or arguments. Okay, like that. So inside here we are going to use our if condition, if statement. We need to leave some spaces. Okay, then inside here we are going to use dollar sign. Okay, so we are going to get some outputs here, and we are going to do it like this. Okay, so inside here we are going to get the first argument, and then we are going to get we are going to check if it is divisible by 2. Okay, so we are going to check, we use the modular sign. Okay, to get the remainder if it is divisible by 2, and then we get is it equals to 0. Okay, so if it is equals to 0, Then we're going to use the then keyword like that. Then what are we going to do? We are going to return 0 like that. Okay, then else, use the else keyword. Otherwise we are going to return 1. Okay, which means it's not an even number. So from there we are going to end our if statement. Okay, so from there we are going to leave one space, and then we are going to call our is even function. Okay, like that, and then we are going to provide 4. Okay, so let's check if 4 is an even number. Let's take out exit status. So when we return 0 and 1 here, we are going, so this one, or if we use the return, we set the exit status of the function. Okay, and right here, let us use the exit status, and in order to get access to the exit status, we use the $ question mark like that. Okay, and $ question mark gives the status of the last command or a function. Okay, so if we try to save and then we exit, we go back, we try to execute. As you can see, the exit status is 0, which means it's success, which means our last operation was success, which means we returned a 0 here. Okay, which means we returned a 0, and which means 4 is an even number. Okay, so now let's provide 5. We try to compile, we try to run. Okay, so when we try to run, we get exit status 1. Okay, which means 5 is not an even number. Okay, so thank you. Okay, so let us now take a look at the importance of using functions. Okay, so functions help us not repeat code. Okay, so we can use our code, we can use that block of code we have created multiple times, okay, without repeating that code in every part of our programs. Okay, so that's the best importance. That's the most useful importance. That's the most useful importance of functions. Okay, in shell scripting. So thank you so much. Please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.